you want, Mr. President? There we go. Oh, right there. I'll be right there in a minute there, Mr. President. Good afternoon, everybody. This is your president that will be president next year. We're doing a show a little bit an hour early, as I said yesterday, but I forgot. On Friday, my kids got to school early, so I got to get them. So this is the real life, people. This ain't no, I don't have no servants. I don't have any rich people that could pick people up. So we're live. I appreciate it. We're also recording this, put it on the vice president's channel. The vice president will be right here, but he got an important phone call from Mike Pence. He's trying to teach Mike Pence on how to actually be a president. So how's Mike Pence doing?
He's an asshole.
He's an asshole? Okay. Apparently Mike Pence is an asshole, but he's trying to help him out. He calls him up a lot. So welcome. All right. Now, as of yesterday, I received a couple more emails. I see some good text that, hey, we're with you. I'm going to pass the word on. Let's make the change. And I got another couple emails, text, want to know what else do I thought? You know, one of the if you look at my thumbnail, it's Affordable Care Act. Some people want me to go a little bit in depth on how do I feel about the Affordable Care Act and what is my idea of a perfect Affordable Care Act? Okay. Oh, Mr. Vice President just came in. So did you help Mike Pence out?
Yes, I did. I farted, by the way.
Oh, man. That's why Biden won't go on the show. He said you stink too much. Oh, no, I forgot. Biden won't come on the show because we don't have a female host.
I want you to have some of this.
So, well, you can see here, we're actually sitting on the couch.
I'm sharing.
You know, this is not a fancy couch. This is a couch from Costco. You know, so not fancy. So Affordable Care Act. We're going to talk a little bit about healthcare.
Healthcare.
What's my thoughts on healthcare? Do I believe in where everybody should be covered or not? Because there's pros and there's cons. Or should we keep the system? Because apparently all the best doctors come here from everywhere because apparently, you know, they get paid the most. Now, this is what I think about Healthcare Act. If I was president, if I was elected president, okay, I will say everybody is covered by medical. Everybody. I'm going to tell you why. Now, if you're probably Sean Hannity, he's like, that system don't work. There's a reason why America has the best doctors.
Sean Hannity's a fucking asshole.
Now, does he have a point? Maybe we do have the best doctors in the world. I'm not debating that. You're probably not debating that because if doctors can make more money here, they will be here. But let me ask you this.
Well, go ahead.
You're a veteran. I'm a veteran. So sometimes we go to the VA hospital, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been visited by the best doctor in the world at a VA hospital?
No, they're all fucking training doctors.
They're all training doctors. Now, I have gone to regular doctors through my wife's insurance. Now, do I actually ever see the best doctors in the world?
No.
So why do I care that rich people can see the best doctors in the world?
I educate myself. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I'm not stupid either. I mean, I'll take my time and educate myself. The problem with people is they're stupid. If you can educate yourself a little bit, you don't have to be a fucking doctor. You don't have to go to medical school to know a little bit about certain things. Now, of course, they went to school and they've got the education. By God, they've earned what they've gotten. But you can educate yourself just a little bit. So when you go see a doctor, you're helping with your own diagnosis. You know, don't let them make a decision. You guys make a decision together as a team. You see my doctors. My brother knows that I had multiple crushed discs, and I had cirrhosis of the liver. I had fatty liver. They call it fatty liver. And I had cirrhosis of the liver, which basically meant I had a fucking death sentence. I was supposed to die. The doctors, what they did was, and these are trained fucking doctors at the VA, but they gave me so many medications that ate my liver. Now, let me slow this down for everyone who starts saying, oh, he's an alcoholic, he's a drunk. No, I like my drink. I drink some fucking beers for dinner or what have you. But they gave me so many fucking pills. They get my fucking liver up. And these are trained professional doctors. So people understand there, even though you have an Affordable Care Act, you have doctors, you might have doctors, and everyone can have a doctor access or registered nurses is what they moved on to, which is just as damn good. You got to be involved in your own education, your own training, and your own diagnosis. I mean, I should have stopped them a long time ago with all them fucking pills before it killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before you go screaming, I need a fucking doctor, doctors don't always heal. Sometimes they kill too.
But if you need to see a doctor,
yeah,
you should be able to.
You should be able to.
And right now, with all these Affordable Care Acts, you got to fill out these forms. You got to do once a year, and if you don't, you get hit with taxes or when you do your income tax. To me, that's bogus. You know what? Once you're born, you're covered. All right? No. You're covered. Now, will we lose some best doctors in the world? Well, first of all, I don't see them in the first place. I can't afford them either way. So, and why should we in America steal all the best doctors in the world? Shouldn't they be all over the world helping everybody?
India.
I mean, say India had the best doctor in the world. He has to come here, but more people there needs help more than we do. Aren't we taking away from them?
Actually, we are taking away from them. They're coming here for the money. The Indians need their own goddamn doctors back. Yeah. They come to the United States for the money. They're making a lot of money. Even when I was in England, I was sitting there talking. I was sitting outside this little restaurant eatery, and I was talking to a family, and both wife and husband were both doctors sitting there farting on themselves. They're Indian. Indians farting while I was eating fucking hamburgers. God damn, these are doctors. But they're laughing it up. They have a nice house out there in the Lake District. They have their own fucking house and their own extra car and their own this, and that. They're rich as fuck. Vain, too. I mean, I was like, you guys more care about, why don't you guys go home and take care of your own in fucking India? Well, they care about nothing. They want to get that fucking nice big-ass house at that Lake District up there in fucking England. But, so I'm a little bit down. My brother's good. He's had nothing but good doctors his whole life. He's been treated very, very fucking very nice. And I'm a little bit of an asshole when it comes to doctors because they killed me. They killed me.
Well, I mean.
But back to the Affordable Care. I'm not bringing down the.
No, you're right. I mean, at work I have an injury. I found out that I have a cracked bone right in here, and you know what? Nothing they can do about it. They can't afford it. So I still got a cracked bone. If I was able to get one of the best doctors in the world and it's covered, and get this. Now, let's pretend by luck you get to go see the best doctor in the world for your back.
Best doctor.
Let me just say your best doctor. And
my back healed.
And you use the insurance like a normal average insurance somebody has from a company.
Yeah.
I'm sure after your insurance covers the percentage, you're probably going to owe the best doctor in the world $100,000, $200,000.
Oh, yeah.
So by seeing the best doctor in the world, you might be living on the street.
Well,
how is that? Now, everybody always says, well, how do we pay for it? Well, how do we pay for anything? You work on it. You find out how much it costs. You work on it. We spend all this money on freaking homeless living on the streets. All these millions of dollars trying to get homeless off. Well, maybe if they have Care Act, maybe the percentage of them that has mental health that can be helped with medicine, maybe they won't be homeless, so maybe there'll be more money.
Well, they were homeless after they went to the doctor's office. So the doctor saved their fucking life, but then they lost their house, their cars, their freaking can't afford to pay anything after that. It was several $1 million. They didn't have insurance when they walked in the door. Government's not going to supplement all of that. They'll cover a little bit. There's always some kind of care for something, but for the most part, these people don't have anything after a fucking doctor's visit. I mean, I've had. Remember, Veda, my daughter. Remember, Jeremiah, my son. When they were little kids, my daughter drank one of those little glow sticks by accident. Well, hell, I didn't know what the hell's a glow stick years ago. Took her rushing to the fucking emergency room, thinking she's gonna be okay drinking a glow stick. About $5,000 later, it turns out she's just gonna be just fine. $5,000 later. I could afford $5,000 for a glow stick. If I could just tell me the glow stick's going to be healthy, I could have walked her right out of the fucking room. But nah, they're going to go through the whole fucking routine. They're going to stick their finger right up the kazoos and do everything they can to get every fucking dime out of us. So $5,000 later, found out that a glow stick wasn't going to hurt her.
Yeah. And like I said, we want to make it simplified. We want to make it where once you're born, you're covered. There's no yearly fill out form. You shouldn't be penalized if you didn't fill out on your taxes that you're covered under Apple insurance, this insurance, that insurance. You're covered. You're born. Your Social Security is in the system. You don't need a card. You go into a hospital. They type it in. Boom, that easy. There's no reason why we can't have that. Like you said yesterday, money doesn't really exist. So if money doesn't really exist, then what's the problem?
But you got to have. The problem is with the medical system is that they're in debt too. So they're in debt, and to become a doctor, you've got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of training, retraining, and they go through a lot of fucking hard work. Those guys bust their fucking ass to keep going themselves. They don't want
and they want the biggest dollar because they have to pay for that.
They gotta pay for their fucking.
But now, if you go under our plan, that college part is going to be covered.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't need $500,000 a year
if you get a doctor that's not in debt, maybe if you find a fucking doctor that's not in debt. Now, the ones that are finally not in debt are usually in charge. And that's when they're usually sitting at the fucking nice big old poolside up in some Lake District area, living off that fucking dollar after that point, after they've made it that far. Now, remember in Britain, they've got universal health care. So that's what you're kind of talking about. Yeah. And I've been into the hospital down there in England, universal health care. They're decent, but they remind me kind of the VA, identical. They're just going to push you through and get you the fuck out.
And the thing is, us middle class and poor people, that's how it is for us.
Yeah.
So why do I want to pay more? So people like Trump or Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Sean Hannity, they go eat best doctors in the world.
They don't have to worry.
Why do I want to pay more so they can pay less? Let's just get everybody covered. And you know what? And once everybody's covered, the whole world's covered. And then you know what? Then we work on, why are the best doctors here? Maybe. Okay, I hate that word, best doctors. Maybe why some people are the best doctors? Because they had the better education. If we make education free, maybe the borderline doctors will be one step higher, be better anyway.
Well, doctors
because they get the education that they want.
Yeah, and also they're just as good as their staff. I mean, you got nurses. There's a whole medical field out there.
Yeah, let's not forget about our nurses.
And registered nurses, like the VA uses a lot of registered nurses.
When
registered nurses they do fantastic. They work harder than the fucking doctors.
Think about this. Think about this. We have babies. I mean, our wives had the babies.
They have babies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
baby.
Who really takes care of the wife during the pregnancy and the delivery of the baby? It's mostly the nurses. Most doctors only come in for 10 minutes, push, and have their arms out. And then once the doctor checks it out, who takes over? The nurses. I would say the nurses actually do more than the doctors, and they get paid way less. So you're right. They don't get the respect that they,
Yeah,
they should get the respect.
We need to get a lot more registered nurses. We need a lot more
pay them properly.
Nurses. We need your doctors. Absolutely. We also need a lot more registered nurses that take a lot of the tension off the doctors.
Male, female.
You need just nurses in general. Lots of nurses. You need to load that medical field up. I mean, that's a field that a lot of people should be wanting to go into.
It will never go down. Everybody needs to see doctors.
Yeah, there's no choice. It's just, again.
One of the things I'm hoping for you and I to be president because we want a Chihuahua dog in the White House, okay?
Chihuahua dog.
We're tired of seeing these $1,000 dogs in the White House.
That's a damn good looking dog.
There's a Chihuahua. You know what? We saved her. This dog was during the time of Paris Hilton. Everybody wanted Chihuahuas in LA. And then they got rid of them all. And they're about to kill every one of these dogs in LA. So what they did, they shipped them to Washington. So we actually saved this dog right before he's going to get shot. Okay? You know what? Give us some coffee, and then we're going to go on the next subject. Give us some coffee from our wonderful R2 unit.
R2 unit. We'll give some coffee here. Here we go.
Now, if any one of you pledges over $5,000 to our campaign to run, we will send you an R2D2.
Apparently so.
Look at that beautiful thing. Who does not want an R2D2?
R2 unit for pledges for his.
And if somebody wants to pledge $1 million, we'll find you a ship like this. This is a great toy.
I'm vice president. I don't need it. You guys give it to him. I can't ask.
Well, the money's for fun. We're for running, so we can
running.
actually go to every state and do the message. Now we talk about healthcare. I'm going to go into one more big subject, and unless somebody wants to text us or email us about that subject, I want to talk about border walls. We only got 3 people. That's all we need.
That's all we need.
One person is mightier than 100 people. One person tells another person, hey, you should check these guys out. You should check these guys out.
I stick with what my brother kept talking about. I keep bringing it up. I said, don't ever worry about the freaking subs. My sub yesterday, my birthday was yesterday, and those that have watched my show yesterday, I kept having the 13s all, and then of course I have, you saw yourself, my subs were 103. It was 13. 1,003 was my subs. It was locked on all yesterday. I don't know. I think maybe today too. I think it's still locked on 1,003 subs. So 13. So it doesn't matter whatever happens. My subs lock on. That's just the algorithm's gonna keep me going.
Yeah, we're just trying to get the message out.
Yeah, get the message out.
That's all we're trying to do.
Get the message.
I'm trying to let people know that, hey, you want Democrats, Republicans, go for it.
Yeah,
you're never gonna have change.
Assholes. You want the assholes. No. You want they're actually related. Remember I told you about I went to school for anthropology and archaeology. I did the research on RHO negatives. I did the research on negatives, RH negatives. A lot of people say, well, no, man, seriously, I did the fucking research on RH negatives, and I found out that the majority, if not all of them, of the fucking not the royals, but the everybody up in office, including the presidents of the United States, all the way up to present day, were all RH negative bloods. Now, if there's 17% of the population, how is it that only 17% of the population seem to end up in the leadership roles in fucking in the sovereign country of District of Columbia? How the hell is that possible? I mean, it makes you kind of wonder. Now, a lot of people out there think I'm full of shit when I say that. A 15-year-old girl did the research one day on it, and they've got it all. You guys can research it yourselves. All of them are all RH negatives up in the fucking sovereign world of the District of Columbia, including the palace in England, including anything of any authority of any fucking country. They're all RH negative bloods, which goes back to the royal bloodline, which pretty much, without going into conspiracy, I'm telling facts. I don't conspiracy. It's just a fact that they're all RH negatives, including Trump himself, including his little cousin fucking Hillary, including cousin fucking here, and cousin it, and cousin this person. And what's the asshole that was going for climate, the world, what's his name? It was, he was banging Gore? Gore. Al Gore, yeah, he's another RHO negative. He was famous for coming into office with his own blood in a bag in his briefcase. In this case, he got shot.
And people forget that Al Gore had a wife named, or does have a wife named Tipper Gore, the one that's trying to ban music in the 80s.
Oh yeah, she was trying to ban rap music, wasn't it?
No, she's trying to ban all metal music. All music that she thought that was the devil or it was ruining our kids in the future.
Wow.
You didn't ruin me. You didn't ruin you.
I love rock and roll.
You know?
Thank God fucking Gore's wife his coups didn't shut the music down. Can't shut the music down. Not for the people going to fight back for that. Yeah. Oh, what was the question again?
No. We're actually going to talk. Nobody has any questions about the Affordable Care Act. So I want everybody to know that I want everybody to be covered. Should never be without one person covered. Now we're going to talk about border walls. Mostly for us, our border walls is Mexico and Canada. Do we want big walls like Trump does? You know what?
It's so stupid.
We're trying to make not just make us proud Americans. We want a proud world.
Oh God!
All right. So my saying is, we're going to destroy all the walls. Okay. We're going to make it open to Mexico, open to Canada. Yeah. You know how Washington D.C. the District of Columbia. We're going to make Washington D.C. into a state, and we'll make Mexico, Canada into like a District of Columbia where they're part of us. We could go freely into it.
Yeah.
And and we're going to help Mexico get rid of how Trump says crime or Trump. Well, first of all, every freaking state we live in has crime and corruption.
Mexico. I love Mexico.
There's corruption everywhere.
I would love to bring Mexico into the fold.
Mexico is not the only country that has cartel and drugs and stuff.
America.
We have it here.
Europe.
South America.
Europe has
But you know how you fix it? We all become one. We join. You know, if they're more free to work here, we're free to work there. We work together, build stuff here and there, and we'll go in there. We'll wipe out the goddamn cartel.
Like Europe doesn't have a fucking cartel.
No,
Europe has the biggest fucking
everybody
cartel.
has cartels.
Europe, what do you think the fucking Vatican is? Is one big ass mafia cartel, man. Except they deal in freaking human trafficking, little children, and then in drugs and narcotics. I mean, you win. It's the Vatican, man.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Vatican.
You know how much money
Talk
we're
about
wasting?
cartel.
We're freaking wasting on our borderlines. We're wasting here.
Oh,
Let's get rid of it. Use that money to stop the crime. Go out there and get the crime out. Let's put in our Coast Guard, more ocean, more ships, more of this, more war, more armies. I don't know. Anything. These freaking walls are a joke.
I hired a cartel and shake them into our military.
You know what they're going to do? Say you spend all the money on bigger walls. You think they're going to stop them? Those are bigger holes beneath it.
I don't know why we don't put, why don't we put walls up around Canada when we keep Canadians out?
Yeah.
I'm worried about Canadians taking their jobs.
Well, you know what they say about enemies? You want to keep them close, right?
Yeah.
Well, if they think Mexico close, let's open it up. Let's get them closer.
We don't need a wall. We need to construct a fucking wall. Tear down that wall, Gorbachev.
Cartel.
Tear down that wall.
Cartel that controls drugs and all that, and smuggling. Makes a lot of money smuggling people over. You take away that way from the cartel, you're taking away some of their money.
Well, you legalize drugs.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that's a little bit of a heavy thing to say. People say, well, what the fuck do you guys really mean legalize drugs? Well, it isn't that you make drugs illegal. You make the crime, you make the crime legal. So in other words, it's not illegal to be on them. So you're not going to jail. You make the drug itself illegal, but you don't make it illegal to be on them. I know it's a catch-22. They tried that over in Europe. They decriminalized drug use. And so if you're addicted, you're addicted. At that point, you've got a problem. You're going to get it anyway. And you're going to get it either you're going to bust into somebody's fucking house or smash in the car to get the money to get it. So you might as well help the problem. Now, the drug abuse is 100% across the fucking back of this turtle. And so if you decriminalize drugs, start with the people, get them educated first not to take them, and then you can go after the drug itself. Now, drugs were intended to help. They were just abused because people were dumb, and they've got large lizard brains now. Everything's all,
And what did you say? Education.
Education's number one.
If we make it legal to everybody to have a fair education,
maybe
we're more educated on knowing that drugs aren't that good for you.
Yeah, you decriminalize drugs. That way nobody's going to prison.
And if you make a mistake.
Remember, prison's a private industry, so you're just putting people in prison. Then they go through fucking rehab. They don't go through rehab in prison. They're just waiting to get the fuck out. They're making their own wine in prison. Yeah. Eventually you're going to be on the street again and going right back into the trafficking of narcotics.
And say you made a mistake doing drugs. You got to do
everybody.
Then we got medical coverage to help you to get off.
Yeah.
We don't want to just give away free medical coverage just
decriminalize drugs.
But with education, with medical.
Education. Go back to the basics, man. Go back to the basics. Decriminalize narcotics. Go back to re-education, education.
No rich, no poor. Everybody's middle class. Everybody has a chihuahua.
Everyone has a chihuahua. I mean, that's part of the re-education. It's animal therapy. You know what? Actually,
there's a lot
of animal therapy. It works. It's a 100% of
animal
therapy is effective. You talk about get people off narcotics. Animal therapy is probably one of the number one unspoken fucking hero therapy sessions that everyone's ever had. They have these animals. They actually have these animals specifically that are tame and super nice that had helped more people get off narcotics than anything else.
Yeah.
Because they have something to take care of.
Yeah.
Because if you're doped up and falling on your face, you're not taking care of your damn animal. They call it animal therapy. And it actually works. We can go back to I say, like when it comes back to the healthcare system that your brother talks about. There's more to healthcare than just fucking walking into a goddamn sterilized.
Yeah.
There's actual animal therapy with using animals. I still like the brujas, which is the witches. I like the brujas, which is medicine people. I like them also. I like to use all the alternatives. I'm seriously an alternative because, again, doctors killed me, so I can give a fuck about them. I mean, no offense. They helped my brother live. I was over-prescribed medications to the point where I think they just wanted me to die at some point. But then in 2016, around July, or was it April or July, my body healed 100%. My liver healed. It grew, it healed, and my spine healed. So now I got a second chance. So I go back to the doctors. I said, let me tell you what I'm going to be taking. They prescribed me Klonopin back in the day, but in this timeline, the Klonopin is illegal. No, it's legal in this place. Sagittarius arm, no offense, but no effect. I was prescribed Klonopin and then opiates and all the other fucking pills and stuff. And then they decided that Klonopin was too addictive. And then I went to the doctor's office. They said, "Oh, by the way, we're taking you off Klonopin." Huh? Is there anything to detox it? No, it just took me off clean. So I went through a hell of a detox for Klonopin, and I had all those other ones, like a toy. And then after the Klonopin, it took me off. Then I wake up in this fucking timeline and find out that Klonopin is still being distributed. Klonopin. I can't believe it. It was made illegal back home. Back where I came from, back in my timeline, it was made illegal. But I guess it's still legal here. So I checked my paperwork. I guess I was still taking Klonopin. He's talking about quitting some fucking drugs, man. That shit was rough. I had to do it, I guess, technically twice. I don't know. I don't remember doing it the second time. But so, again, overprescription, overprescribed. We're prescribing fucking pills for everything. God damn. Whatever happened to some ginger? A little piece of ginger or some other, there's even, they're even doing mushrooms, and certain mushrooms that have certain, properties. It gives you a little bit of a buzz. They have those mushrooms with that certain property that they were using to get people off narcotics in a very, very, very small dose, in a very hard controlled setting where it's very safe and controlled setting. They used it to get people off narcotics, and it was effective. Yeah. I've seen the trial paper. I went to school for chemical dependency. I got a license chemical dependency counselor, and it was effective in Canada. They were using mushrooms, magic mushrooms, to get people off narcotics. It worked.
Funny you said about ginger. My ginger just came in today.
No shit.
This is actually Feel Good Organic Superfoods Extra Strength Ginger. Just came in today. Not lying. Came in today.
I didn't know that. We didn't make this script this up.
No, just came in today.
Look at that. It's
extra strength.
That's what I just talked about.
1,000 milligram, a vegan-friendly formula. So even if you're a vegan, you can take this.
Yeah, you got CBDs. You've got ginger. You've got all these natural remedies and all these natural things that they don't want you to know about, the pharmaceutical companies, because they lose fucking billions and trillions and trillions and zillions of dollars. And besides, if you guys all stop taking pills, then China will lose the war. You guys don't want China to lose the war now, do you? I mean, you don't want China. You don't want the Chinese to fucking win the war or lose the war, guys. Make sure you keep taking your pills. Those of you Americans out there, you fucking beautiful fucking people, make sure you go to your doctor and ask for more of them pills. And then always turn around and salute fucking China's flag when you take them. Because that's who you're supporting, China. You're taking their fucking pills. That's what you're doing. You want to help America? Stop taking fucking pills.
Yes. And you know what? Since we had no more questions, I got a third topic, the final topic, unless we start getting questions. Now, a topic that's not a popular topic. Not popular that there's controversy in this topic.
Yeah.
People don't really care as much, but some people do, some people don't. If you live in Washington, it seems like the environment, global warming is we have the governor where he's trying to run for president, mostly on the topic about environment and all that. About environment. Now, to me, the environment.
Oh, good question.
Well, the thing is, the environment.
Thank you, Archie. Good.
is there is a lot of pollution, but education is, like you're talking about even earlier.
Yeah.
Education is the key to that, because listen to this.
Mm.
If everybody is educated, okay, there's more education, more people going to school, people will have more ideas on how to clean the air more.
Absolutely.
Ideas. I'm going to have you take this because I got a phone call from the President Trump. See what he wants.
Educational environment. So in my time, I'm gonna keep talking about this. In my time, you had paleoclimatology. It's called paleoclimatology. Paleo, which means ancient and old, climatology, which is your climate. And there's always been a natural cycle. Always been a natural cycle. The earth always cleans itself up, just how a dog licks its own balls. It does it by itself. So the earth will clean itself up. It's a living thing. I don't care what anybody fucking tells me. I don't give a fuck. This planet is a living thing. We're on the back of a turtle, which is on the back of another turtle, which is on the back of another turtle. So this back of this turtle likes to clean itself.
Fuck you, Trump.
I knew it, a piece of
Fuck
shit.
you,
But
Trump don't want to pay for the hard work that we did. He said
bastard.
there's one tiny scratch and we don't deserve to pay. So
what the hell?
So he said we could just go ahead and file bankruptcy.
He must have found out we had some ethnicities in our blood. So now he's a racist. He's a fucking Nazi. I think the Nazis won the war in his timeline. So that's actually thinking about
Continue about your environment.
But paleoclimatology. So a lot of the climate itself, basically the Earth is fixing itself. The Earth will continue to live even after we die. So I don't give a. Everyone screams the climate this, the climate that. The climate don't give a fuck about a human. The Earth doesn't care about a human. The Earth will continue to live. Humans will die. So when you talk about climatology, you're talking about helping other humans to live within the changing climate that's already changing. Now, people talk about, it's because we're doing this and that, the pollution. Yeah, we are. We don't need fossil fuels. No. It's a joke.
And that's the thing. More people can invent stuff. Now the problem
They've already done it.
But the thing is, like you said, less people can invent. And what happens is when you have less people, you know what happens? Say I'm an oil guy. Hey, dude, you invented a carburetor that doesn't need gas. Hey, here's $1 million, right? He'll take it. You know why? He's poor. He needs the money. But if there's thousands of you that has the same invention, I can't pay you all off.
I know.
So we need more people out there educated to invent this stuff so the goddamn oil people can stop paying everybody off and say.
Fact.
And it's
we
a
have
fact.
hydrogen.
It's a fact.
We have hydrogen fuel.
We don't need it.
It's water. But it's based on water. Hydrogen.
Dollar.
Yeah, we have hydrogen fuel.
We got rid of it.
We got hydrogen fuel. It runs on water. It's that basic, people.
You can do it.
There was this Latino guy that I knew. We knew this Latino guy. Brilliant mechanic. Mexican guy. Brilliant mechanic. They asked him, hey, the old joke goes, my car's running off fumes. Well, literally his car ran off fumes. All he did was, as simple as this, the old ghetto way, he went ahead and fucking ran a hose from his gas tank and sealed it up nice and tight. A hose attached to his gas tank. Made himself a hose, sealed tight, so nothing released from his gas tank. Ran the hose separately through his fucking pickup truck into his freaking carburetor, where it wasn't pushing the fuel through as much as it was running on the fumes, the combustible fumes. Understand what I'm saying? Not liquid fuel, but the fumes from the liquid fucking fuel running into his carburetor. And he drove a tank of gas for over a week in a pickup truck. Everyone says he don't buy gas. Well, how's he doing it? What's the magic this man performed? All he did was run a fucking hose from his fuel tank to his carburetor and ran it in such a way where it ran off just the fumes. The fumes of the fuel. Not the liquid fuel itself, but the fumes of the fuel. Drove his fucking pickup truck. Nobody can figure out how the man's getting around with no gas.
But the rich and powerful won't let it happen.
Well, people are too stupid to know the basics of mechanics to know that this can be done. You can have people out there that are smart enough. You can be a basic garage mechanic and build something like that and have a system that runs just off the fuels of fossil fuel. We don't need fossil fuel anyway, but if you're going to run it, you might as well fucking rip off the goddamn oil companies and run systems like this. Systems like this man in his own garage invented. You also have hydrogen fuel. You have solar. You've got batteries. There's no need for fossil fuel.
And the sad thing is, some rich guy's probably listening to us right now. He's putting a campaign together to say how wrong we are.
Oh, we're wrong.
And to pay the right people to say this is why they can't invent this and this and this, so they can continue their money. That's the biggest problem.
And let me remind people that you had Kanye fucking idiot West. Nobody believe me, Kanye's a fucking idiot. He likes fish sticks. He really loves his fish sticks, I'll tell you that. He's a voice of a fucking generation of garbage. But anyway, he's a rap fucking piece of shit. But he's apparently Trump's fucking son-in-law. I don't know, man. Who knows who marries who in that family? But anyway, so you got Kanye West who sat in the president's office with his little fucking cell phone. I've said this before. And he says, "Look at here. We got an airplane running on Hampton Field. Look at it." In his dumbass fucking way, in the camera, dropping a truth fucking bomb, saying plane can run on hydrogen fuel. And I myself have seen planes running on hydrogen fuel. Let's say it again, hydrogen fuel. That means the planes were running on water. So when you fly to fucking America to goddamn Paris, you can fly in a fucking plane that's flying on water. So when you're sitting there paying $1,000 for a fucking seat way in the back, you're paying for water, and there's no fuel in them fucking wings. I keep telling everybody. So there's back to your fuel, and it goes back. It goes back to our environment. It goes back to the skies. We're at 98% nitrogen right now. Now imagine if the back of this turtle all of a sudden started getting its oxygen back. Can you imagine what oxygen does to the human body? More and more oxygen. Can you imagine more than 98% fucking nitrogen on this fucking planet? 98% nitrogen is ridiculous.
And can you imagine if more people educated, they would study and learn this and see that you're telling the truth?
And I'm not a smart person.
More people could stop this.
Oh my God, yeah. If we could pump more oxygen, and when you run vehicles on hydrogen, you know what the excess product of hydrogen is? Oxygen. You're creating oxygen. When you're running water or running something off water, you're breaking down its basic molecules. And what remains is oxygen. So you've got a combustible fuel tank, and what's left over, the byproduct, is pure fucking oxygen. And what does the body love the most? Oxygen. Can you imagine the back of this fucking turtle?
No, it's like
there's more oxygen.
It's like that story. I can't remember the whole story. I can't remember the name. But back in the day when they're making light bulbs, right?
Yeah.
A guy has invented a light bulb that will not die. It will last a lifetime.
Yeah.
And can't remember what companies that went in, bought this guy out saying we're going to make one of these, but they know they couldn't because if they make a light bulb that can last a lifetime, they're out of business.
They're out of business.
And this is the truth. I'm not making up no story. This is a true story about this light bulb. I just can't remember the exact name of it, but type in, was there ever a light bulb that can last a lifetime?
Absolutely.
You'll see that there is a light bulb, but they bought it out. They took it away,
of course,
because they'll lose money.
Because you got to keep the slaves working.
Yeah.
You can't take jobs away from slaves. Even though you have a solution for the problem and you don't need that slave producing this anymore because you have an effective product that will last a lifetime, which means less materials, less tapping into fucking motherfucking Gaia Earth, and you have this thing that's going to work forever and ever, but you're taking away a job away from a slave.
And this was invented over 60, 70, 80 years ago.
Oh, God, I know. In this timeline, now I remember, I'm not from here, but in this timeline, I've noticed there was electric cars back in the freaking turn of the century, in the early 1900s. They were running electric cars. They had electric trains, already electric. They had electric systems already into service. What happened to all the electric fucking things that we had back in the day?
You know how it all happens? You and I are business guys, right? You own GE, I own LG.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know you got this light bulb or this car that can last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
And my one last year. I know we got to get there one day, but what if we make it only last like 13 months for now? And then we'll move up slowly. We got to make all this money. And then we got like make it last instead of making it a day.
Let's make the money.
We'll make it 5 to 10 years. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
That's how it is. Electric car, it's already all been done.
There are sustainable systems already here. But then you got guys like Tom DeLonge from Angels and Airways, right? Angels and Airwaves. It's a fucking Mandela effect for me. The V wasn't there, it was Waves. Angels and Airways running around telling everybody the United States of America has dipped its toes into extraterrestrial technology. We've got extraterrestrial alien technology. Alien technology, my fucking ass. We've got the technology here already. And those of us that come from fucking Sagittarius have the goddamn resources in the brain to put it. We are the aliens. So they want this alien technology. Well, come ask one of us. I can sit there with a table with a bunch of those fucking nerds with their big ass lizard brains. And I can tell them, this is what we need to do. We're going to do hydrogen. We're going to do electricity. We're going to do this. We're going to do it done. Fossil fuels. Now, we do need oil. We do need oil for the mechanics. You got to have oil for the mechanics. So you got to have oil to make, but we got synthetic oils too. So we can start moving away from those fossil fuels and moving more into manufactured synthetics to go ahead and oil our vehicles, oil the gaskets, oil everything you need for a car. Now, I'm not against. You could have some fossil fuels for. I like the classics. I like the old classics. Don't get rid of the classics cars. You can run some cars off some fucking gas. But again, if you've got a historical vehicle that runs on something like that, of course you can make a little bit of leeway
if
for
you
that.
take one of those old cars and just change the carburetor to the kind of carburetor that doesn't really need gas,
Yeah, you
still have it.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't have to have fossil fuels anymore, and everybody knows it. They know it. And if Donald Trump was such a fucking honest person, he wouldn't give Elon Musk $7 billion to put a fake fucking car into space. He'd put money in the infrastructure. He would start putting money into the hydrogen. His little boy fucking Kanye sat in his office was talking about after he showed him on the phone. So blatantly fucking in your face with that one. I mean, it's, people talk about the chemtrails, the contrails. I was talking about the now this is back on the same subject of the environment. Now, it's in my opinion and only my opinion, and this is an hypothesis, that when I saw some of them planes and some of them contrails with that white line coming out of the back end, that to me looks like oxygen. It looks like it's pumping oxygen, which means whatever the plane that was I was looking at was running on hydrogen. It was running on hydrogen. And what was being produced out of the back end of that fucking contrail was pure fucking oxygen. That's why it's white and fluffy, idiots. I've seen people that look at, they're putting down nanobots. God damn it. I think my brain's being eaten up from the inside. Hell, what's it, Richie from fucking Boston? What an idiot that is. Another goddamn government putting up contrails. Oh shit, I think my skin's on fire. God damn it. No, that's pure oxygen that's pumping out of them fucking planes that are up there. Now, some of them planes I don't believe. I think it's something otherworldly, the God. But then some of them I can clearly see the plane, and I can tell you right now, if I'm a bet man, I say, what would you think is coming out of there? What kind of chemical do you think is coming out of the back of that contrail? I'll tell you what chemical it is. If I'm a bet man, that's oxygen. That thing is pumping, it's running on fucking hydrogen and it's pumping out oxygen. So it's making a line of oxygen. I've seen in my old house standing inside of pointing out to the plane. I said, dude, what do you think of that? Now, he doesn't have the effect. He's not looking at those fucking planes making them lines. So I called my brother out one day on the back porch. I said, dude, you tell me what you think that's coming out of the back of that plane. Now, he looked at it. He's like, I don't know. He wasn't scared of the chemicals. He didn't go, dude, you think we should put a jacket on if chemicals falling? He didn't know. And I said, you know what? It could be oxygen. That's my opinion. That plane is a hydrogen plane, and it's kicking out oxygen. But you see, nobody's telling anybody, the public, that you have planes already flying on fucking hydrogen. And I come out of the fucking aerospace industry. I'm a whistleblower. And I'm telling you that some of them planes you guys see up there as contrails, it's just pumping out pure fucking oxygen because it's running on hydrogen. Again, somebody up there is saving the environment. Now, I'd rather have vehicles pump out oxygen. I want to see the nitrogen levels fucking drop. You have more oxygen. You're going to get more big, robust people. People are going to start getting healthier and healthier. They use oxygen to help cure fucking problems. Oxygen here cure body problems. Oxygen, pure oxygen. So when you start using hydrogen, you're just benefiting from more oxygen.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this place if we had a higher oxygen than 98% nitrogen, people? 98% nitrogen is ridiculous.
That'd be awesome.
If you had more oxygen in the environment, everything changes. You got everybody's healthier. You're gonna have a healthy planet.
You know, oil. Here's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of oil.
Gasoline.
This house right here. This house right here. My heat, not this year, but both all years is run off oil because they don't even do natural gas to the house. So I had to use oil. Now, one thing, when you use the oil, you can smell it.
Yeah.
It's actually in the air. You can tell that it's a little bit unhealthy. But this is the worst part about how people don't care about people, because when it gets super cold in winter, right? Oil is not like power. If you got power coming in, you're fine. Or natural gas keeps pouring in from the street. When you're out, you're out. And you're freezing cold. And guess what? You don't know when you're out. You don't know when you're out of oil. One day you wake up, your whole family's cold. And when you call up, we can't be out there 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Because they're busy. And when it's winter, it's kind of weird how oil prices go up. I might have to pay.
Oh my God.
I might have to pay $1,000.
Oh my God.
$1,000 just to keep my house warm for 2 months. Now I had to pay $13,000 to put in electricity.
Purposely designed to keep you down.
Now, electricity heat. Now, first of all, electricity heat. Now, it is healthier for breathing. You can breathe easier. But if I can have your hydrogen and all that, that would save me money. It's healthier and it's better for the environment and it's better for everybody. Yeah. So, oil. And what happens when you have too much oil? You get sick more, right? You got to go to the doctors more. You pay more.
It's black.
If you have hydrogen, get rid of oil. Guess what? You're sick less. You go less doctors, less bills. You know what? You got more money to have everybody with health care and all that. It all acts together.
It is evil.
It's evil because the technology is there and it's been done. It's been made.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Now here somebody hands.
And you don't want us for president, vice president?
Somebody hands me a bowl and says, "Which one's evil?" Here's a bowl of black goo, and here's a bowl of pink goo. Now, I would even eat the pink goo. I would sample the taste of the pink goo, but I would not fucking eat the black goo. It's black goo. It's fucking evil. It comes out of fucking. It comes out of the Middle East. It comes all over the place. Out of Alaska. It does nothing but kill and hurt anybody. This black goo oil fucking thing that we keep pushing on people. We don't even need it. They force it down your throat. Well, down your fucking throat. Vehicle. If people would just, if I were president or you were president, I'm vice president, immediately I would call all of any mandatory.
People have died freezing to death because they couldn't afford the oil in your house.
It's immediate. I would call people number one, oil's gone. We're working our way backwards out of fucking oil right now. Right now, Trump will be like, what about coal? What the fuck about coal? It's the same shit. Coal, we don't need coal. You don't need oil. You can run if you have to have oil. You can run it off fucking biodiesel. You can work your way backwards with biodiesel, which is working. It smells like French fries when them fucking buses go by with biodiesel.
I'm telling you.
Whatever happened to biodiesel? Whatever happened to corn? Corn turned into oil. We don't even need that. We just use water for hydrogen.
They need us, man.
You gotta have us.
You
man.
need us.
You gotta have us, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's just some things that are so obvious. It's
really,
so obvious.
really need us.
You just need somebody in office to sit there and go, okay, bullshit. Oil guys walk in, all these fucking Arabs coming in with their entire history, life history of nothing but oil control, oil running this, oil that. Guess what? We don't want your oil anymore. Now you don't have it.
We don't need it.
You don't have it anymore.
We don't need oil from Alaska. We don't need oil.
And I don't think the Prophet Muhammad appreciates the Muslims fucking ruining the world with their fucking oil. The Prophet Muhammad, number one, when I woke up with his timeline, people not to think throwing Mandela effects. When I woke up with his timeline, I'm pretty fucking shocked when I could Google Prophet Muhammad's face right now. You're not even supposed to see his face.
But Americans will lose their jobs.
No.
Oh no! But you know what?
No.
If you get free education, you need mechanics. You need people to build it, maintain it.
Yes.
You need factories. You have jobs.
There's industry, baby.
Dude, guess what? You're educated.
There's industry. You just got to switch the motherfuckers.
Wow.
Get rid of the other fucking garbage. Get rid of oil. Move things that more synthetic. Move things into more it's hydrogen.
You know why people can't
electricity?
Because they can't afford it. But if you can afford to go to college for free to switch careers, you would do it.
Well, what would be weird is that what happens if we find out now that we had free electricity in the ethosphere? Yeah. There are people out there. I gotta go out and debunk some shit myself. Now I'm new on this one, but there is evidence now, and I'm saying there is evidence now that at one time there was power in this ethosphere that nobody has tapped. They have tapped, and they know about tapping this ethosphere fucking free electricity. But they're keeping it under wraps because we don't want the oil in it. We don't want the black goo fucks, to lose their jobs. All the black goo fucks want to make sure everybody else is paying them for their black goo. When you got maybe free power in the ethosphere, you can have planes running on free electricity in the ethosphere if they already are. Because I know, and I saw them 100%. Oh, bullshit. I saw planes running on hydrogen already. That's where the fucking white contrail came from. Was to say they're not also running on free electricity all the way up in the ethosphere. So you're paying way too much for airplanes. Fact right now. I'll tell you that right now. No field and wing. Not to mention, there could be free power in the ethosphere. And we know about it. They know about it. But again, let's keep ourselves tightly packed within that fucking pyramid and know your place in that block in that pyramid and shut your fucking mouth. I'm going to do what I always did to me at the Museum of Flight. Shh. Cross your fingers and say shh, 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 shh. This is the Museum of Flight's method of everything. Shh, shh. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's 1 o'clock. I got to leave to start picking up kids. Hopefully we had a good conversation today, some fun times. I know we only had 3 people watching, but I wish one of you would have
I'm only used to one
text us, but we appreciate it. And guys, even though he's going back to Manchester next week, we already talked about how we're going to do cut-ins where half the screen is going to be his. We're going to make a time. So we're actually
I can't go live anymore.
We're actually going to you are going live.
I was going to be live on my brother's side,
but we'll record it and we'll put it on yours.
Yeah. I'll be on my brother's,
So what's going to be nice is you're still going to see both because he's going to be doing our foreign policy by actually physically doing it over there.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a set time where they can
We'll schedule it up. It'd be like scary performances, but I'll be my brother.
Yeah, the only thing we're going to have to do, there's one thing you will be missing.
Well, we need to bring another person on, too, with your things. I got a couple of people that want to bring on our
we want to they're guests.
Yeah, we'll bring on guests. We're going to bring on. Actually, we're going to step up the game. My brother's going to step up the game.
I actually tried calling a liberal on here, but the liberal person didn't answer the phone. I was actually trying to get us a liberal.
So my brother's going to start his own show, and we're going to be bringing on. I'm going to be a guest on his show. We'll probably bring on some other guests too. I know a lot of hard hitters in the community, in the Mandela Effect community. I definitely want to get them on.
And then once your strike goes away, where you could open
Then I can open it
live again, then we
yeah.
can do live there.
Yeah, then I'll just get drunk on camera type.
You gotta wait like 3 or 4 days.
Wasted on camera type.
He's only got like another month. We could actually go live on his channel. So, but we're gonna have to get him an RTD2 coffee pour over there. So that's gonna be our trademark.
I know. I need a YouTube unit. I'm getting spoiled with a YouTube unit.
So, all right, guys, this is it. I'm gonna have to leave. You know who to vote for.
Vote for my brother.
Vote for me is voting for him.
Exactly. Vote for my brother. The camera's still rolling here, so just vote, people.